Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for joining me. This is the non-farm payroll. It's a live trade on a live account. My name is Russell Shaw. I'm the senior market specialist at FXCM. My email address is rshaw@fxcm.com. Today is Friday, the 3rd of September 2021. I'll just bring up some of our disclaimers. I'll start off with the high-risk investment warning. I'll keep this on screen for the next few moments, and then I'm going to bring up our commentaries disclaimer. Okay, let's bring up the market commentaries disclaimer here, and all right, and here's our references: MarketScope 2.0, TradingView.com, ForexFactory.com, and let me just do a sound check. Can you guys hear me, and can you see the screen? Hey Raymond, hello Raj, nice to have you on the webinar. Pleasure to have you. Hello everyone, very good to have everyone on the webinar. All right, let's just go through some of the screens. We've got 6 minutes. So I've put up, this is tradingview.com. Left chart is the government yields. So we'll just see how the government yields react. I've got it on the hourly. Hey Sam. And then I've got here the US dollar. So just to give you an idea, I don't have access to the FXCM US dollar chart on my trading view because as an employee, I'm not allowed to trade it. It's just an internal policy, but it's a terrific instrument, and I want to see how the dollar reacts when we get the news. So this is what we're looking at, and then we'll just look at Forex Factory for the actual news when it comes through. And let's quickly just go through how we're going to be doing the trade. So we're going to wait for the first emails. So we're not putting on a trade. We're not putting on a trade before. Okay, we're only going to put a trade in after the announcement. So either the market's going to shoot up, and we're going to be trading, by the way, euro US dollar. It's just because it's the most traded major. Okay, so the market's either going to shoot up or it's going to shoot down. There's going to be a volatile move depending on the print, and then we're going to wait for a pullback. Okay, we'll wait for the pullback. So the pullback, if it's an uptrend, we'll get sort of a confident down, and then we're going to try catch this. So we'll try getting over here. Similarly, if it's a downtrend, we'll wait for a rally, and then we'll try catch it on the down. So what we're going to do, some of the we want a take profit of 20 pips and a stop loss of 20 pips. Okay, so we're going for 1 for 1 in this trade. So if we get the 20 pips take profit, we'll count it as a successful trade. If we get stopped out for 20 pips, it's not first prize, but we'll count it as a successful trade. The other thing we're going to try and do is we're going to trail the stop. Okay, we're going to try trail the stop loss. So we're going to try to get risk out of this as quickly as possible. That would also be sort of counted as a success. The chart that we'll be using is as follows. This is the hourly. We're not really going to be looking at our daily chart. If anybody wants to know more information about this, every afternoon we use these to do a live trade, but we do it on a demo account. Today we're going to do a live trade on a live account, but generally we use the same templates on a demo. And you can see that this is the daily. We probably stick away from the daily. We'll look at the hourly. So we want to see where we are on the hourly relative to our Bollinger's. Upper blue, upper red, upper blue is bullish. Lower blue, lower red is bearish. In between the blues, neutral. So we'll look at the hourly. We'll try to get some sort of directional bias there. I've added some pivots as support and resistance. And what we'll do is we're going to try and trade off of the 1 minute chart. We're going to use a two period RSI based on a weighted, and we're going to look for the pullbacks. So I'm hoping it will be self-explanatory, but if we want to go long, we're going to try to get in on an entry if it's under 30. If we want to go short, we'll try to get in on an entry if it's above 70. And then the stochastic over here will just help us in terms of the underlying momentum. So that's the way we're going to approach it. If anybody wants more information, you can certainly email me. You can join us for our afternoon sessions, and we can take it from there. We've got now, let's just take a look. We've got about a minute, okay? So it's 1 minute exactly. We're going to get the non-farm payrolls out. And then we'll try to go for, as I say, 20 pips. We'll try to go for 20 pips, okay. If there's any questions, just go ahead and type those in. Sometimes I go silent on the trade because it's stressful. I mean, I've got a bigger audience here. It's a real account. It's, you know, it's stressful. I obviously want to perform, but with the markets, you can't tell. Okay, you can only try your best and put in a stop loss. So if there's any questions, type in, and take it from there. Let's just look at the time. Okay, another 43 seconds here. Sorry, we're on 48 seconds. Another 12 seconds. We're going to get it. All right. Let's just see if we get which side the impulse goes. Well, okay. So Euro has got a huge bid on at the moment. So something's come out that is really acting against the dollar. Okay, so Euro is getting a huge pop here. Euro is benefiting. US dollar is getting sold down. Let's just go through to the. Let's just go through to our. All right, so you can see that the 10-year yield's getting got pushed right down. As yield get pushed right down, so did the US dollar. Okay, so that's the impulse. Let's see if we can get some numbers out, and we'll just have a quick talk about those. Let's bring in the numbers here. I'll just refresh again. The August payroll here is okay. So we've got a terrible number here: 235,000 versus 750. I'm just looking on my Twitter. 235,000 is a horrendous number. Okay, let's go back to the charts here. It's a no wonder that the US dollar is getting hammered. There has been very little job creation. All right, so we're trying to go like this. We're trying to go 1, 2, and we want to get some sort of pullback here. And if we can get the pullback, we want to try and get in. So that's the basic idea. All right. So the job market clearly in all sorts of turmoil. Average hourly earnings has ticked up, but that's not where the focus is. You see, we know that there's inflation. Inflation is way off trend in a big way. There's a lot of inflation. That's not what the market's interested in. The market's interested in the labor market. The labor market is where the Fed is going to be focusing, and you can see we've got a terrible number here, and that means that the likelihood of tapering now gets pushed back. And if the tapering is getting pushed back, it's going to be soft for the dollar, because, and you can see that interest rates have reacted. Okay, interest rates have reacted by shooting down. You see that? Shot right down. So the reason interest rates have shot down is because the market is viewing tapering as further off now. So because the market is viewing it as further off, dollar naturally suffers. So the dollar is getting hit hard, and we're going to try and get in. Okay. All right. So now just keep an eye on our RSI. We're looking for the pullback. Okay. Let me just make this a little clearer so everyone can see it. Okay, I'm just making the darker numbers. Okay, so we want this to now close below this area here. Okay, there's the 1, 2. Okay, here's the pullback 2, 3. Just going to add an indicator here. Okay, so I've added this show time to next, so I can see when the next bar is coming. Show time to end. Here we go. All right. All right, so we're going to we'll put on a trade now. It's just going to give this a couple of, okay, cool. All right, I'll just put on 1 year. All right, so here's our limit order in. So we're going to try and catch this on the way up. Another 22 seconds, and then we'll drag the limit order down. Okay, 10 seconds. All right, here we go. We'll pop this down here. All right, so we've just been filled. All right, so we've just been filled. You can see it's 1, 2, 2, 3. And here's our take profit. Here's our stop loss. Let's see if we can get some traction here. The idea is to get this stop loss up as quickly as possible as well. Okay, so there's the impulse, and bulls haven't quite regained control here yet. All right, so I'm just looking to see if we get some sort of swing low here. All right. See, that was short and sweet, but it just didn't give us a chance. It's went all the way and hit our stop loss pretty darn quickly. All right. Let's take a look and see what's happening here on the hourly. So it went all the way up to this R2, and it's been pushed all the way back down. And it just seems as if there's this huge reversal in the euro-US dollar. All right. Well, that was short and sweet, folks, but it's taken us out. So what we'll do is we'll end the non-farm payroll over here. That's quite extraordinary. The was triggered very briefly, and then it just carried on all the way down and hit our stop. So what we'll do is we'll call it an afternoon here, and we'll have to give it another go next month. Thank you very much for joining this afternoon, and hope to speak to you guys soon. Thanks very much, guys.